Blessings, beautiful beings. I am just here with this beautiful environment, just giving thanks for all the elements. Right as I pressed play, I was feeling the element of the air, the element of the sacred masculine, the breath of spirit, Alodomare. So today I want to speak to you all about this crystalline energy that I'm feeling for February. And I'm going to read to you from a book that is one of my favorite books. I don't read very often. I've received the majority of my work from spirit, my transmissions, my teachings directly from spirit. But this book has become a favorite of mine, and it's a very special book. It's called The Angels of Atlantis, 12 Mighty Forces to Transform Your Life Forever by Stuart Pearce. And I have some very specific passages that I want to read to you. And I want to just generally speak to you a little bit about what I'm feeling right now. About this time that we're entering into, about where we want to bring our focus. And I also want to credit Molly McCord, who I consider to be one of my best and most favorite astrology teachers, even though I've never met her. Her work is very profound. You can find her on YouTube under Molly McCord. So Molly McCord is the one who introduced me to the connection between the Aquarian energy and the crystalline energy. And the crystalline energy has really, really been coming in for me recently. I had a dream the night before the new moon in Aquarius that I want to share with you. It's very comical, but I think it demonstrates the level to which I personally am feeling this crystalline energy and why it's important that we really tap into it. So in my dream, I was floating down a crystalline river. This river was like crystal waters. And I was face down, and I could see everything below me. And above me, the moon was shining. And I didn't have any clothes on. So this moon was actually shining on my butt cheeks. I'm just telling you the dream, okay? I'm just the messenger. But what's been interesting is that as this Aquarian energy has been building, the sun entered Aquarius, the moon entered Aquarius, then eventually, Venus and Mars and Mercury will enter Aquarius. We have Saturn in Aquarius right now. And today, the day that I'm making this video, actually, Saturn is in Aquarius conjunct the sun in Aquarius. We have an exact conjunction of sun and Aquarius. They are together in the sky today. It's a really special, very, very special energy. And I don't know how other astrologists interpret this energy. I consider myself an intuitive astrologist. I'm not a classically or professionally trained astrologist. Astrology opens my intuitive mind, and because my sessions are so powerful and useful to people, I've learned to trust my relationship to the planets, my intuitive relationship and translation to the planets. So what I'm feeling with this Sun conjunct Saturn today, which is February 4th, 3 plus 4 is 7, by the way, which in the Dogon Dagara tribe, 4 plus 7 is the divine union between the masculine and the feminine, the 3 being the masculine, the 4 being the feminine. And there's a lot of translations of those numbers, but I love that particular expression of it. And so, first of all, we had the new moon in Aquarius on February 1st. Then we had the Chinese New Year with the water tiger, right? The initiation of the water tiger. Then we had Mercury go direct on February 3rd, which was Thursday. And then today we have Saturn conjunct the sun. Very, very unusual week, very powerful week, very initiating. I feel a lot of initiation energy. And so last night I was given a vision. And the vision was essentially a translation of a vision that I received about 3 months ago when I went on a specific meditation to connect with the Akashic Records. And during my journey into the Akashic Records, I saw a vision of basically like a crystal pyramid on a mountain here in the Dominican Republic. And what was explained and shown to me last night in the spirit was that this crystal that I was seeing is essentially like a charging unit, a charging portal, if you will, for our energy bodies. And so as we move through February and we start to have the planets, start to move closer to even more Aquarian energies, and this crystalline energy increases, we have a lot of opportunities to really clear a lot of the dense energies that are in our energy bodies. And that's what I'm going to be talking about in this video, and that's what I'm going to be reading to you all. The book I'm going to be reading to you about is from that. And so this crystalline energy is about clearing dense energies on the one hand, depending on kind of where your energy body is in terms of how consciously you've been able to clear trauma, you've been able to clear dense programs, you've been able to repair tears and damage in your energetic body. And that's partially why we work with the plant medicine, right? Because the plant medicine is, when we work with the plant medicine in a really sacred ceremonial way, the plant medicine really accelerates our ability to do this work. And right now, I personally feel that we're really being called to walk closely with the plants. And so part of the purpose of this crystalline energy that is becoming more and more available to us on the earth through the crystal grid of the earth, through our connection to spirit. This Jupiter in Pisces is a perfect example of just portals of crystalline energy, pure source consciousness is what crystalline energy really is. But it's not just for clearing. The crystalline energy, from what I'm being shown, is also about really supercharging our energy bodies, right? So the energetic field that is expressed around the physical body. Do you see the confirmation we're receiving from the environment, from spirit? These energy bodies, right? We often forget to really work with them and to honor them and to give them the role in our lives that they deserve. Why? Why? Because we have been taught, we have been the product of very specific levels of programming that have caused the mental body, the mind, to see the energy body purely from the 3D realm, right? So we don't see energy, do we? No, we see form. We see the table, the arm, right? The hand, the book. We don't understand that these are all different expressions of energy. And we don't understand that our energy bodies are essentially electrical systems, right? And that's where the connection between crystalline energy and Aquarian energy really comes in, is inner and overstanding that, the planet Uranus, which is the planet that governs the age of Aquarius, that governs the sign of Aquarius, it is symbolized by lightning, okay? And that is essentially kind of a symbolic representation of our energy fields, right? Like we are electrical. We are like lightning, right? So me, for example, once I really started tuning into my awakening process, I've had many experiences where I have walked into stores and the entire electrical grid of the store has shut down. I can't tell you how many times that's happened to me. Or I'm in the store, I have everything I need, I get up to the cash register, I walk up to the cash register, the entire electrical system of the cash register shuts down. That's my electrical field, right? That's my energy body. It's highly charged. And so what I'm saying and what I was shown last night is that we are being called as humans to remember what human actually means, right? And to remember that we are electricity, right? We are not just the dense energy of the physical body. The physical body is just one small component of who we are. And it's time for us to awaken our minds and the way that we see, to allow the third eye to see properly what we truly are, and to really harness the incredible potential of this energy body. And so that's why I want to read to you from this book, because what I feel that we are being asked to do, and what I feel that is essential for us to do to make it harmoniously through these energetic shifts that are going to be coming our way as part of the process of the earth rebalancing herself, as well as the process of the earth rising back to her her frequency that allows everything to be in alignment on this earth plane, right? So she has to raise her frequency. And in order for her to raise her frequency, she has to purge, she has to rebalance. And that's going to create certain situations on the earth plane that may seem turbulent, chaotic, right? But the thing about it is to enter and understand that the way we experience those shifts depends completely on our frequency and our mindset, right? So to be in harmony with her shifts, to be in harmony with her upgrades. And so part of the reason that we as humans are being asked now to remember ancient Atlantis is because ancient Atlantis is the last time that we as humans actually were able to harness our multidimensional portals, right? Our multidimensional abilities. It's the last time that we as humans could tap into these ancient technologies that allowed our frequencies to be so much higher that we operated on a completely different level, right? We ran the world, we ran our societies, we governed our lives through frequency, through thought, through crystal technologies, through multidimensional abilities. And so we're being asked to remember that right now. And that is our initiation. That is the initiation that we go through to stay on this planet. At least that's what I'm being shown, and that's what I personally feel, is that we have to remember who we are in our original high frequency, multidimensional aspect. So I think that's everything that I kind of wanted to share as like a bit of a background. I'm going to read to you from this book. And so I encourage you to either do one of two things. One, you may want to just kind of sit back and relax so that you can listen. And then you can always go back and transcribe anything that really kind of like jumps out at you. The other thing is that you could just go ahead and get out a journal and take notes, and pause the recording whenever you want to. A final note before I get into reading this: please be aware that on my website, and you can also access this through my Instagram, the link in my Instagram page. I have an energetic forecast that is available to you for all of 2022, and I also have an astrology forecast that's available to you for the first part of 2022 based on the exact transits, and then I will be recording another one for you for each quarter. Okay, so I'm just finding my notes that I have here to read to you from this book. And we're going to go ahead and dive in. Okay, so like I said, I'm reading to you from a book that is called The Angels of Atlantis. So the first thing I want to do is read from page 15, the Societies of Atlantis. Okay? The people of Atlantis lived out their earthborn incarnations through a three-dimensional plane of existence while perceiving life from a fifth-dimensional perspective. It was only the Atla priest scientists who were able to access further levels of soul intelligence, from the 6th to the 9th dimensions of consciousness, and in some cases even further. In all, there are 12 dimensions, and the higher levels present a separation from that which we currently perceive as the reality of 3D, meaning that things operate very differently on a much more cosmic level. These higher harmonic levels move through the 10th, 11th, and 12th dimensions and eventually suffuse with the creator-creatrix principle at the source of creation. As 12 is the number vibration of universal resonance, the Atlanteans lived in 12 communions across the continent. And the angels tell me there were 7,000 to 12,000 beings living in each communion. Number 7 mirrors the resonance frequency of planet Earth. The communions were built in circular formations, mirroring the wave energies of the cosmos. which perfected degrees of inclusivity as each individual soul balances human choice with that of divine will. At the center of each communion, a temple was constructed for profound devotion and healing. Living a fifth dimensional frequency meant being in connection with a rare degree of sensitivity, particularly with regard to the holy law of oneness. And so the Atlanteans attended the temples for specific rituals throughout the 24-hour cycle of day and night. This they did to remain pure within their vibration, by honoring the solar and lunar energies, and in conjunction with the other planetary domains of the universe. The rituals were exquisite liturgies experienced through the fullness of consciousness that brings body and spirit together. And in essence, the rituals were interpreted by highly evolved initiates who were ordained as the Atla pre-scientists, and who knew how to evoke states of mind-altering consciousness, for the Atla possessed the ability to heal with the profound use of light and sound. The vibration of these healing modalities were amplified through the significant use of refined crystals like diamond, quartz, larimar, and amethyst, along with other semi-precious stones, formed from the planet Earth geology or brought from other planetary systems, as there were many visitors from other star systems engaged in the experiment of terra firma. So, that's another aspect of this evolution that we're being asked to make, is that there are levels of knowledge and wisdom that we cannot be given access to until we reach a certain frequency, right? There's kind of a combination of like a certain level of frequency, a level of ability to discern spirit, a certain level of wisdom that you have as a base for being able to receive higher levels of wisdom teachings, and then there's integrity, right? And integrity is a really important aspect of the spiritual path, because you cannot be given high levels of spiritually based information that relate to spiritual power until you have reconciled within your soul any lessons around the proper use of spiritual power and the law of integrity. Okay, so now I'm going to read to you from page 14. The power of water. Earth's surface water is still 95% salted, and salt water conducts electromagnetic energy with great velocity. Similarly, we know that human beings express their creativity and feeling states through fluid, whether this be through tears, perspiration, joyous sexual exchange, the removal of waste, or the life of the fetus suspended within the amniotic fluid, breathing in and out of its life-producing juice. Our bodies have always been governed by the elements of earth, water, air, fire, and ether. Water is a superconductor of feeling, a theme explored by Professor Masuro Emoto's work in Messages in Water. And Earth is the only planet of choice. The blue planet has become a laboratory for states of contrast that require choice to make them function. These contrasts arise from a binary system that indicates that nothing is singular, for all things are plural. When there is light, there is dark. When there is thought, there is feeling. When there is love, there is hate. Where there is guilt, there is innocence. Where there is expression, there is suppression. And where there is acceptance, there is denial. This list literally moves off into infinity, for there are many contrasts that have been created throughout the vistas of consciousness found here on the Earth. So we see that planet Earth has always been pivotal in the evolution of cosmic life, and its closeness to the Sun at the center of the solar system, shared similarly by Mercury and Venus, further illustrates this. Therefore, planet Earth has become a unique place for each monad to live, with its three-dimensional vibration frequency, its fascinatingly diverse biology, its binary system of choice, so that monads were able to refract into singular formations from their source. Each soul was given the opportunity to incarnate in a physical body and to experience the sensations of being human by touching the temporal domain. The angels teach that the human skeleton was formed through a divine blueprint, while the muscular breathing sensory body was created through a spectrum of thought choice determined by each human being. Each soul became incarnate to possess sole responsibility for its physical form, while at the same time remaining in eternal connection with the source. So, I think that's just about all that I'm going to read for today. I will finish out this video by reading to you from page 23. And I wanna encourage you to look out for other videos that I have reading more from this book, as well to encourage you to purchase this book, The Angels of Atlantis by Stuart Pearce. The title of this section comes right after the description of the 12 universal laws, which I think is really important for studying. And the name of this section is called the 12 Helix Dna. And then I'm going to close this video and this transmission for today. With the abiding support of these laws, the Atlanteans lived with a 12 Helix Dna. This state was uniquely refined by the clarity of their intention to increase the light field of each living thing, and was sustained by the 12 chakras of their personal and transpersonal bodies. This fusion of DNA and chakras enabled them to live a fifth dimensional status, and therefore their lives vibrated with an increased sensitivity for love and peace. Unified within, this meant an enhanced sense of psyche, of clairsentience, clairaudience, and clairvoyance. And these abilities allowed the manifestation of material substance via telekinesis, by mind over matter. These advanced intuitive powers enabled the Atlantean people to easily draw on the force of the cosmic matrix, in the same way that the angels existed. Similarly, at this time, waves of intergalactic energy are reaching us from a swiftly evolving universe, and we are being given an opportunity to expand our souls and light bodies to a fifth dimensional state. As all the planets of our solar system move into a unique axial formation, each planet coherent with the next, planet Earth will receive an impulse of love from the very center of the universe. So great that the celebrations will be like a festival of love, the like of which human beings haven't experienced for 26,000 years. Therefore, as the energy matrix of the planet transforms, as the electromagnetic grid shifts, as the very fabric of our space-time continuum consorts to a different octave, as our light body evolves, we are seeing, and furthermore we will see, extremely unusual global phenomena. The manifestations are limitless. Whether this be through whole-scale seismic activity, dramatic weather conditions, unusual bird and animal behavior, physiological complaints, rare molecular changes, seasons lengthening or contracting, light enhancing or dissolving, increased UFO or circle crop activity, and the immediate manifestation of intended action, all and more will pulse with a new verve in different tempo. So, I believe that you have understanding now about why I wanted to read that to you. I made this video as short and concise as I could, while also honoring what I felt called to bring into you. And as usual, a portion of this is going to be posted on Instagram, and then the rest of it will be posted on YouTube. And a reminder of a couple of things. One, every week on Sunday, we have our weekly astrology forecast that talks about the upcoming energies of that week. That's free. Number two, don't forget the energetic forecast available on YouTube for 2022. Number three, don't forget we have the Journey of a Healer program that's all about stepping into your spirit medicine. You can find out more about that on the website or on Instagram. And number four, I have a resource for you that is also free of charge, and it's all about envisioning and stepping into your soul expansion and the embodiment of your spiritual purpose in 2022. It's a masterclass that I offered and facilitated on the new moon in Aquarius that I recorded, and it takes us on a cosmic journey so that we can look at our lives and do this envisioning from a whole different cosmic perspective. And so there are journaling questions, there are reflection opportunities that you will be given while existing in a different perspective of space and time than is probably your norm. So highly recommend that you check that out. You can find that on my website, which is thetempleofthegoddess.org. You can listen to the recording, you can go through the questions, you can listen to some of the songs that we listen to, and you can tune into the portal and really step into 2022 with a high level of intentionality and focus and vision for not just your life and what you manifest and what you want to manifest, but the purpose that you came to accomplish in this lifetime, right? The ancient purpose that you've carried within your soul that you came to reclaim and reconnect to in this lifetime, right? And that's what this work that I've been called to do is all about. It's about the process of ancient remembrance, remembering who we are. So with that, I leave you with much respect, honor, appreciation, sending you and me and all of us love, respect, honor, courage, faith, patience, humility for this beautiful journey. Ashe.